All right, so we are checking out box brownies again. And last time we did this, we did Ghirardelli versus Walmart, and that was more of a top shelf versus bottom shelf kind of store brand thing. In this case, we're just doing Betty Crocker versus Duncan Heins. And we decided to do this one just to see if there really is a difference between the most similar things we could find. Oddly enough, brownie mixes are kind of all over the place. It's really hard to find one that's both dark chocolate and just dark chocolate. Like as you can see here, Duncan Hines is dark chocolate fudge versus Betty Crocker's just dark chocolate. And it's kind of obnoxious, but you know what? It's how they differentiate themselves, so we're just going to compare as close as we can. Another weird thing is they always call for different amounts of eggs and oil. So they're going to be different. We're going on manufacturer's recommendations and not on exactly the same. And this is just to see which manufacturer has the best brownie. And opening them up and taking a look at the powder first, we didn't really notice that big of a difference here. Betty's a little bit darker than the Duncan Hines ones, but it's just slightly. Taste-wise at this point too, they're really, really similar, and I didn't really notice that much of a difference. Honestly, if you're just looking at these at this point, you're just personal opinion on which is better. And then we started adding the eggs and the oil and stuff, and this is where things started changing up a bit. Betty Crocker called for 2 eggs and then a little bit less oil, and Duncan Hines called for 1 egg and more oil. And if you kind of read the boxes, you can say, oh, if you want a more cake-like brownie for the Duncan Hines, you do 2 eggs and then a little bit less oil. And there's also elevation adjustments. So we're doing this at sea level, so we didn't have to change anything. But again, we really wanted to make this to be exactly as a manufacturer recommends type of thing, and not changing things up just to make a more cake-like brownie. So our objective here is to find out which manufacturer makes the best one. So consistency wise, you can see right away, Betty's a little bit thicker than the Duncan Hines ones, probably due to that egg. And we baked them for about 40 minutes, and here's how they turned out. They honestly look really good. Both of these were really great brownies. We let about 6 people try these, and I'd say 5 out of 6 went Betty Crocker, and then 1 person liked Duncan Hines more. So I would give Betty a try. Duncan's is still good though, but ultimately Betty has my heart.